I just found out about all this yesterday, but really, I guess it's been going on for years. My mom passed away the overnight. That's how all this started. It was not sudden. Her health had really taken a turn for the worse recently. Still, it's been hard the past few days. I stopped by her place yesterday to look through her things. I was worried. I don't know what I was expecting when I walked in, but I was taken aback by how unchanged everything was. It was like she never left. After that moment of reflection, I remembered what I was doing there and go to work. I figured I would start in her room. Mom had left certain valuables in her will, mainly jewelry which had been made its way throughout the whole family. That was fine by me through. I was just there looking for things of sentimental value, a part of her to hold on to. I remembered that she kept a basket on the floor in her school set. It was filled with scrapbooks that she worked on throughout her life. I did not know if she still had it, but sure enough, when I checked the closest, there it was. I pulled the basket out into the middle of the room and sat cross-legged on the floor in front of it. I must have looked through these books 1,000 times when I was a kid. Mom had dated each of them by neatly writing the years on the inside front covers. I took them out one at a time and began organizing them in piles. That's when I noticed one of the books was different. All the other books had plastic covers, but this one was leather bound. Time had faded the once deep brown and revealed hundreds of thinning cracks. The pages were stained with the slight yellow hue. I was not like mom to keep her books in this condition. The words, "When you thought I was not watching," were scrawled across the cover. I thought it was odd, but I didn't recognize this one because it was visibly older than the rest. I checked inside for a date. Instead, I found a message. To my favorite girl, I wanted you to see every beautiful moment when you thought I was not watching. A wave of sadness washed over me as I opened to the first page. I realized mom must have worked on this since I was an infant. There was pictures of my sleep in my crib. I looked so peaceful. This picture was captioned, "When you thought I was not watching, you rested, and all was calm in my world." I flipped to the next set of pages. I had grown a little now and was running around the playground. I noticed that all the shots were hidden. I chuckled to myself. Leave it to mom to treat her own daughter like nature piece. These pages read, When you thought I was not watching, you raised and laughed, and I remembered how it felt to be young. This was such a sweet thought. It really must have taken a lot of effort. You moved on the first day to school. There were pictures of me in my uniform, carrying oversized bag and getting onto my school bus. I remembered how emotional mom was that day. I think she was more nervous to see me go than I was. When you thought I was not watching, you took a big step, and it had to be just as strong as you were. Next, I found myself at a birthday party. I had a smile on my face. In most of the photos, we were doing our best for a cute as they were. Something felt off about these pictures. I could have sworn mom had dropped me off that day. When you thought I was not watching, you made so many new friends, but no one could overplace me. A strange grew in a stomach pain. I had never heard mom talk like this before. I flipped over to the next page to reveal a card. It was not sure from me what I was seeing at first. Then it hit me. This was Steve's card. This was the night of my first kiss. I could just barely make out our in front of seat. The picture was taken just a few yards away from the car, but a very sharp angle, almost at ground level. When you thought I was not watching, you tried to ignore me. You shut up me about that, but I was always keeping an eye on you. I was really beginning to feel uncomfortable at this point. How much did mom keep from me? I had sinking feeling my question would soon be answered. My senior trip to Miami. It was the first time I had really been away from home, away from mom, but there were more photos of me walking on the beach, me checking into the hotel, me sneaking a dinner at bar. She had been there. She stalked me all the way to Miami, and I have no idea. When you thought I was not watching, you tried to run away, to leave me, but you could never escape from my love. I felt sick. My heart beat quickly and had spun with pain. I did not even know my own mom when she was this woman. I wanted to stop, but I knew I had to keep going. I had to see how deep this rabbit hole went. My hand trembled slightly as I turned the page over. Several dark photos covered this section. They were of me sleeping again. Except this time I was not in my crib. I was in my dorm. She had been there too at college, watching me sleep. When you thought I was not watching, you had grown into a fine woman, but you would always be my little girl. I don't know what to think anymore. At first, I had gone to her house hoping to remember her better, but then I wished I could forget. I wished I could go back to not knowing what she really was. I had almost reached the end at this point. I was not going to stop then, but nothing could have prepared me for what was on those pages. I let out a gasp of shock, seeing me own naked body laid out like porno magazine. There was 6 pictures of me in various positions taken from outside of my dorm room window. Some were just of me and other were of me with different guys. When you thought I was not watching, you betrayed me, and I wished it had been me with you instead. I was crying now, long shaky breath in and out. I could not control my own emotions. Everything I thought I knew had been a lie. I wiped the tears from my cheeks and turned to the final page. It took me at a moment to comprehend what I was looking at. It didn't make any sense. This time there was only one picture. It was me again. It was at the time of funeral, mom's funeral. I was standing in front of mom's open coffin, but that was not possible. I just sat there, staring at the grinning photo. I could not believe what I was seeing. I had to force my eyes away from the picture and up to the next. What followed could not be described as a pure terror. When you thought I was not watching, you lost her, but I was still right there with you.